Yo, what up, YouTube? This your boy ACO7, aka Ace Dynamo, aka, and I'm back, man. I'm back at it again, man. Hope everybody out there doing well. Hope everybody being safe with all this snow that's coming down here in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. Shout out to y'all over there in New York. You know what I mean? All off the coastal line over there. I know y'all got it worse than we do, so y'all stay safe. Bundle up, you know what I mean? Make sure you got on all your snow gear, your boots, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Your chinchilla, whatever you need, you know what I mean? Make sure you got it on tap. So, as you can tell from the title above or the title below, God of War Ragnarok. Man. Man. God of War Ragnarok. This is a game that. Now, before I get into that, let me say this. To all you PC and Xbox niggas out there that got anything negative to say about Ragnarok, why don't y'all turn around and look at y'all platform and ask yourself, what is your platform doing, right? What type of quality of games are y'all getting on y'all platform? PC? Xbox? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all always finding time to talk about what PlayStation doing, right? And what games is being released and how much negativity that y'all have to put in place to try to bring down a reputation to a big franchise. You know what I mean? Like this is what y'all wake up and do. And it's sad to see. You know what I mean? But I don't have no love for the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? I have no love for y'all bullshit. So to all you haters out there that's mad at Ragnarok, be mad at yourself. Alright? Be mad at yourself. First off, because you don't support your own brand. You bought the consoles for it. You bought a PC. You spend these thousands of dollars for for the console or the rig that you chose to buy. Nobody forced you to buy it. And instead of you getting mad at the platform that you invested in, you get mad at PlayStation. Like, that makes no sense. You can't even make that make sense. You get mad at Sony for bringing out high quality games. And this is the part that gets me though. I don't even understand this type of negativity. Xbox, PC niggas, y'all gotta explain to me, how is it a bad thing? How, let me word this the right way. Let me word this differently. How is it that you turn a AAA exclusive game, right? A high quality exclusive game, right? That is unarguably the best game this year. The best game released this year. I mean, if you really want to get in depth with it, I say Ragnarok is the best game that's been released in at least the past 10 years. And the reason why I say that is because not only does Ragnarok has the quality, there's no microtransactions, there's no season passes, there's no loot boxes. It's just a game. Old school way, the old school way. You know what I'm saying? The y'all new generation, y'all youngest, y'all grew up with this whole monetization, loot boxes and surprise mechanics and all that. See, I didn't. I grew up where you paid for a game and it was a complete game. This is what Ragnarok is. You know, this is what Ragnarok is. It's a complete game. You don't have to buy into it. You see what I'm saying? All you do is pay for the product and you get quality. So my question is, How is it that you Xbox and PC niggas make this whole thing? What y'all, how y'all say it? Sony does nothing but make AAA exclusive games that are cinematic, over the shoulder, one camera cut, cinematic movie game. Y'all sound retarded as fuck. You don't need to say movie and cinematic in the same thing. Y'all don't need to say that behind. That's how retarded y'all is. Y'all say movie cinematic. You don't need to say movie and cinematic together. You either say cinematic or you say movie. Because it's the same fucking thing. Y'all Xbox and PC niggas are the weirdest, most retardedest fuck boys that I've ever heard speak. Like, it's like y'all speak out of y'all ass and off the side of y'all neck. Because of the bullshit that y'all always have to spew out of y'all venomous, nasty ass, regurgitated puke mouths, right? Because y'all go to the lowest of the lowest to shit on the game and try to make a game that has movie cut type things going on in cinematics. The funny part is, to me, is how y'all use it together by saying movie cinematics. Yes, there is a movie, right? But you know, a movie is cinematic. That you can't make a movie without it being cinematic, and vice versa. Like, y'all retarded. But I don't know how y'all make that to be a bad thing. Y'all act like that's a diss. That's a diss to gaming. That's a diss to a AAA blockbuster exclusive title. Like, that's a bad stigma there. Oh my god, they using a one camera cut movie cinematic game. That's all Sony makes. You don't own a PlayStation then. You don't own a fucking PlayStation then. Because you know damn well Sony's library of games is so fucking wide, man. I'm talking about games like Miles Morales, right? Sackboy Big Adventure, right? And I'm talking about the wide range, the spectrum on all the different type of games that they have. Y'all always talk about all Sony games is like God of War Ragnarok. That's how I know you're not gamers, you don't play games, and you don't have a PlayStation at all. At all. I mean, you got Returnal, you got Forbidden West, you got the Yakuzas, you know what I mean? You got all of these JRPGs, RPGs, like it's just so many different types of games on PlayStation. For y'all narrow-minded asses, you Xbox and PC niggas, to say all Sony games is nothing but movie cinematics, that makes no fucking sense. To even say movie cinematics together is retarded too. You sound stupid as hell. It's like y'all don't even hear yourselves talk. It's like you can't even hear your own fucking voice when y'all say this dumb shit. Y'all can't even read your own posts when y'all post this shit in the comment section or make a video about it. It's like y'all don't even hear y'all fucking selves, man. Hey, what up, Cool Breeze? Shout out to you, homie. Shout out to you. Hey, great, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that game. I played the first one, right? I played the first one. I couldn't get into it. I did hear that the second the Rec Room was better. I definitely want to give it a try. I didn't really like the first one. For some reason, every time I was trying to play the first Plague's Tale, I would fall asleep on the game. You know what I mean? It kind of had that sleepy. I don't know what it is. I know what you know what I'm talking about. Like certain games that you'll play, it's like as soon as you start playing them, like you start dozing off. You know, I kept dozing off on that game. That's like that one game, Control. I did the same thing with that game. Like I was dozing. So you know what I'm saying. It's one of those games, yo. Yeah, try out the second for sure, for sure. Definitely cool, Breeze. I'm definitely gonna try out the second one. Like right now, I'm on Ragnarok right now. So you know, after I finish with that, I'll probably hit that game up too. Um, yeah, back to what I was saying. Hey, but thank you for stopping through. This video ain't gonna be too long, but I just want to share my thoughts on the Ragnarok thing, right? So Ragnarok. in itself. This is no spoilers, spoiler free, but I'm going to touch on different aspects of the Ragnarok, right? So, visuals. You know, I hear a lot of people complaining, oh, it looks like a PS4 game, it looks like a glorified PS4 game. Okay, we already knew that. We already knew that. We knew that when Sony came out and said that Herman Host came out and said that they were going to be supporting the PS4 for a while, for a few more years. You know what I mean? So we knew that we was going to have cross-gen games. So I don't know why people trying to make this like this is new news that Ragnarok was going to look like the 2018 version, the PS4 version. It does look better on the PS5, but it's not like night and day. When it comes to the PS4 version and PS5, when it comes to the visuals look phenomenal. Let me just say that the visuals look fucking fantastic. Whether you're on the PS4 or the PS4 Pro, I don't want to ever think about the monitor. Um, whether you're on the PS5, the game looks good regardless. You know what I mean? Sony has those studios. You know they got great artists over there. You know what I mean? Like Sony been scooping up great artists. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to making these games. So aesthetically, it was no surprise to me. So when I hear people act surprised about how God of War looks, I don't know what the big deal is. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. They supporting the PS4, so we're gonna have cross gen for a while. So until they go all the way PS5, we really not gonna see the potential what the PS5 or the Xbox Series X is gonna be able to crank out. But till then, we gotta deal with what we deal with, right? We the gamers, they the ones that created, and we play what they create. I always say if you don't like what somebody make, go to school for it, put the time in like everybody else did that's making these games. Put the time in, go to school, get your degree, and start making your own games. You know what I mean? But a lot of people won't do that because they don't want to get critiqued like they critique these other development studios. You see what I'm saying? Like people quick to dish it out, right? People quick to dish it out to these developers and these gaming studios, but they don't want to get into gaming either because they're too lazy or they don't want to be critiqued either. You see what I'm saying? So people won't go to school and get a degree in gaming, you know what I mean, and get in a trade of learning how to do all that coding and artistic development and all. Nobody want to get into that because they know if they make a game, the whole world is going to critique their game too, and nobody wants to do that. That's why I say people quick dish it out, but they don't want to deal with it either. You see what I'm saying? So it's a double-edged sword. But back to what I was saying. I keep getting off topic, but back to Ragnarok. The sound. The sound in Ragnarok. Oh my God. I love the soundtrack to Ragnarok. All of the sound effects, all of the just the clinking, the crunchiness, the combat sound, the ambiance of the worlds and the biomes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like even when the melees go down, I know a lot of y'all don't know what the melees is, but um the melees is like there's certain sections in the game, you know what I mean, where you need sigils to break down the melees to some of these enemy types, you know. So even the sounds that the melees make, you know what I mean? Like you can tell it was a lot of TLC poured into the audio alone. You know what I mean? Um, it has its quiet moments. It has its intense music. It has its horror sounds. It has its excited happy times, love time. I mean, they got so many different levels to the music and the sound effects. It's amazing. Like see, I'm a person that makes music. I'm an engineer myself when it comes to actual like producing music. Like I've been doing that like forever, right? So I know exactly what's being done. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not just speaking out of my ass, you know. I went to school for a radio broadcast, and I know all about television production. I've been to school, got my degree certificates, and all that shit. A lot of people don't even know that. I don't even talk about it or brag about it, but just know your boy ACL7 got some crazy trades. So when I heard the audio to God of War, I knew there was a lot of TLC put into this game. You know what I mean? When it came to the sound, because not only do you got the climatics part to the actual OST, the sound effects are infused with the OST, which is amazing. A lot of people probably don't even know that, but you probably will now when you play Ragnarok. You're gonna be like, wait a minute. Oh, the OST does go with the sound effects. Yeah, like it's amazing what they did with the sound. So the sounds for me is top notch. Like, the creme de la creme. You gotta keep it 1,000. You gotta work on his amazing talk. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. That's what I was about to get into. That's what I'm about to get into. Next thing I was gonna talk about is the combat. Woo, boy. I've heard some people say some really retarded shit. Heard a lot of, no, I can't say a lot, but I heard enough people say that Elden Ring combat is better than Ragnarok's combat. What the fuck are y'all smoking? What are y'all smoking? Like, when I heard that, it blew my mind. I'm like, wait a minute, wait, what? You talking about that old style combat that Elden Ring had taken from all of the other Souls games? You talking about that old, outdated combat shit? That combat system? I mean, hell, they don't even have the pigmentation of people's skin tone correct in that fucking game. You know what I mean? Right, it's opinions. That's all. And that's the thing. Opinions don't matter unless you want them to matter. But I always look at it like this. If you put out an opinion, especially to the public, then you have to expect the criticism to come behind that. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm criticizing people saying that Elden Ring's combat is better than Ragnarok's combat. There's no fucking way. I don't think they know how to fucking play the game. I don't think they understand how to use the combat system. You know what I mean? Because it's so fluent and it's not like 2018's. I played 2018, I beat it and everything, right? Beat it a few times. Matter of fact, I beat the God of War 2018 just like a week before Ragnarok came out. So, once I got to Ragnarok, I felt the upgrades immediately, because I already had the muscle memory, of playing the 2018. Once I hit Ragnarok, I instantly felt the difference, whether I'm using the Blaze of Chaos or the axe or whatever. Like, there is definitely a huge upgrade in the combat system and how fluent it is. People say they have trouble changing weapons when fighting. Once you get combos out, it ain't nothing but a tap to go to the next weapon. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing but a tap. It's not like you got to keep pushing all these intricate buttons, you know what I mean, to get to the next weapon. It's like you can string a combo with the axe, right? And then while you got somebody up in the air, all you gotta do is just tap left, or I think it's probably tap right. You know what I mean? Or no, left. Tap right to get the Blaze of Chaos out and just start snatching people out the air and putting bombs on them. Like, the combat is amazing. Like, I've literally got almost close to a hundred string combo in God of War. Like, literally, like non-stop. From just juggle combos. You know what I mean? Like, jumping off from a high ledge and coming down, slamming up, popping them up, hitting it with the change of chaos, catching, putting the bomb on them, you know what I'm saying? And then slaying some sigils up there while they stuck up in the air. Then slow them down with the axe. I'm telling you, the combat is oh my god, it's god tier. It is god tier when it comes to Ragnarok's fucking combat, especially when you know how to use all the runics, all the runic, things and stuff, and how to use the sigils. When you, like I said, I'm not gonna give away too much. I know at least everybody know that you got companions, so certain people use sigils. When you start using your combat combined with your the person that your ally, like, I'm telling you, you can just string combos after combos after combos. You cannot do that in Elden Ring at all. That old outdated ass oh my god, it don't really even have a Elden Ring doesn't even really have a true combat system. It's so outdated. Like, yeah, people will say, well, you can string it. Yeah, you can string moves together in Elden Ring, but that formula is so old and so outdated. it's so outdated. Even the Demon Souls remake, the combat in that is better than Elden Ring. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Now, on to the next thing. All right, the DualSense. Y'all already know how I feel about the DualSense. The DualSense is the best controller ever made to me. I don't care what nobody. I don't care what nobody says. When it comes to peripherals and controllers being like the base controller, like straight factory set controllers with no mods, the DualSense is the best controller that has ever been created. Ever. Ever. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all know y'all can go back and look at all my old videos. Go check out my old videos. I always talk about the DualSense. Because I make enough of these DualSense videos because I know 10 years from now, 15 years from now, people is going to come back to my video and be like, yo, he was already talking about how great how revolutionary the DualSense was, how futuristic the DualSense is. There's nothing else like the DualSense. Like, it takes gaming to a whole nother level. And when it comes to Ragnarok and the DualSense, just being able to feel, man, when it comes to innovation controllers, I feel you, Cool Breeze. I mean, if you're a Nintendo, if you're a fan of Nintendo, I feel you on that. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the hybrid, you know, because I look at the Switch as a hybrid, you know what I mean? And I like that the control, they're just too small for me. I got really big hands, so the controllers for the Switch is just too small for me. You know what I mean? Like, I own a Switch. I don't play it that much. I really don't. It's like just collecting dust. But I get a lot of cramped hands on the Switch. You know what I mean? It's just too small for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. So if you love the Switch, I understand why. It is a fun hybrid system. You know what I mean? So if you feel that, you know, that the Switch has the best, you know, joysticks to you, hey, that's how you feel. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the controls. But for me, and keep in mind, the Xbox 360 controller used to be my number one controller ever made. The 360 controller was just so comfortable, and just the layout of the buttons, how the buttons felt, you know what I mean? Everything was good to me with the 360 controller. That was my number one controller over the Dual Shocks and all of that shit. The 360 controller, the Xbox 360 controller was my shit. The DualSense leaves that shit in the dust. That shit, it leaves it in the fucking dust. I mean, there's so many features on the DualSense, it's fucking ridiculous. It's so, I mean, and the fact that all these features on the DualSense are separate, but you can mix and match them at will. You know what I mean? Like, depending on how the developers, you know, do and what type of settings they give you to certain games, you can pair up and link up what you want to with the DualSense. That's what I love about the DualSense. You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of speak wrong and link it with your adaptive triggers and haptics. You know what I mean? Like, however you want to mix and match the settings on the DualSense, you can do, as long as, you know, you have the options to do those settings. A lot of people don't know, and I'm gonna do this one day. I'm gonna go through the PS5 and go through the settings and show y'all a lot of features in the PS5. A lot of people don't even know they even exist in the PS5. Although they use Nintendo control elevated more on the console when you really think about it. But, yeah, I can agree to that. I can agree to that. I mean, you have to admit, though, the Wii U was a failure. I mean, even though, yeah, it was something new and innovative, but it was a failure. It was a huge failure. You remember when the executives and stuff like that at Nintendo, when they made the Wii U, you remember they had to apologize, and they standing on stage and they had bowed for like 10 minutes or something like that. You know what I mean? They had made that worldwide apology. It was 3 of them standing on stage, and they just bowed for a long time. You know what I mean? Because they apologized to the fan base and everybody around the world. You know, you have to acknowledge that the Wii U was a failure. So they haven't always been innovative. You know what I mean? They have not always been successful either. You know what I mean? Just like Sony. Same shit. You know what I mean? PS3. They weren't always successful. You know what I mean? But I give them this. After they had that big failure with the Wii U, they came back strong, man. They came back strong. Like, I was a fan of the Wii, Wasn't a fan of the Wii U, but when that Switch came out, I understood it. You know what I mean? And it sells like hotcakes. It sells like hotcakes, you know? So it's just like with Sony, you know, with the PS3 era. They failed. You know what I mean? Charging $600 for a console that wasn't worth $600. They barely had any games. You know what I mean? Xbox 360 was where it was at. You know what I mean? That's where it was at. Xbox 360 all day. I think I had 6 or 7 of those Xbox 360 consoles because of the Rare Rings of Death. You know, getting that E74 error code. You know what I mean? Like I was getting that all the time. I know, but I didn't care because at the time Xbox had all of the exclusives, had all of the great first party deal, third party deals. You know what I mean? Had all of the great indie games, had all the bangers. They had all the motherfucking bangers, man. Like the exclusive bangers, man. Like Sony got right now. And that's what I appreciated about that era with the 360. You know what I mean? They had everything that I wanted. Like I said, I'm a gamer. I'm a hardcore gamer. So wherever there's great games, that's where I'm at. I don't give a fuck about what console it's on. You know what I mean? Because I'm a grown ass man, dog. Like I own it all. You see what I'm saying? I own it all. So I don't give a shit. Even if I don't play my console for it, I still buy it. So when a great game comes out for it, I play it there. It doesn't matter where the game is at. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of people that's fanboys and fucking make these fucking packs with these fucking brands and shit like that. That's not me. That's not me. I am a gamer. I go where the great games at. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Let a great game come out on mobile. You think I won't play it? Yep, I'll be playing it too. If it's a great AAA exclusive mobile game and it's a banger too, yep, I will be playing it. You best to believe it. If PC ever came out with an exclusive fucking title for PC and it was a AAA banger, which has always been something that's been blowing my mind forever. Do y'all ever wonder to yourselves, as much as people talk about PC and how they try to bolster and put PC on the pedestal, isn't it just really weird that PC has never had a AAA exclusive banger for the platform? If the platform is so elevating, if PC platform is so great, if PC is such the quote unquote master race and PC elitists, tell me why they have never had an exclusive, built from the ground up, top of the line PC game title. Period. Ever. Ever. You know PC niggas was talking about Crisis for over 20 decades. I said 20 decades. For damn near 2 decades, right? Seemed like 20 decades. Them niggas on PC, no matter if they had a $2,000 computer or a $20,000 computer, all they would do is talk about Crisis. Crisis, Crisis. I hated hearing it every time you turn around. All you seen was benchmarks to that dumbass game called Crisis. I hate that fucking game. This is the shittiest game that's ever been fucking developed. And there's a lot of shitty games out there. And Crysis is in my top 10 most shittiest fucking pointless game that ever been fucking made. Because Crysis was only used for benchmarking. Because that's all I ever heard. Every time I heard about that game, it was some niggas coming out with their new parts and you know, and new GPUs and CPUs to their rigs and shit. Talking about, I just spent $10,000, but look, Crysis looks great. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Crisis is trash. No, what was Crisis was PC was in a crisis. They love Crisis so much they didn't even see the fucking parody to that shit. That really it's the PC platform that's in crisis. Because they've never had an exclusive AAA. All these motherfuckers out here mod, right? Right? They act like they're such brainiacs and engineers. No, I'm an engineer. You motherfuckers is just PC people that read specs and shit and benchmark and shit and put computers together. No, I am a real engineer. Y'all niggas act like y'all engineers. Because if y'all was really engineers, all you motherfuckers that be modding shit on PC, tell me why a team of you motherfuckers that's on PC that do all these moddings for all of these games for these developers, how come y'all can't come together and create the best game that has ever been created, right? Because PC is top of the line, right? PC is the creme de la creme, right? When it comes to frame rates, resolution, you can reach max on all that shit, right? Tell me why these modders hasn't came together yet out of the whole existence of fucking PC. Think about how long PC has existed and has been on this earth, right? They've never built a game from the ground up for a fucking PC. Because that game should be the best game ever created. It should be the best game ever. You know why? You know why? I can tell you why. Because them PC niggas that call themselves elitists and master race ain't what they say they are. They're peasants. They're PC beggars. That's what I call them, the PC beggar race. They're frauds. They're phonies. They're fakes. You know what I mean? That's all they are. You know what I mean? They try to be something that they're not. You know, they still in the basement and shit. Them PC niggas still in the basement and shit. And their grandmother's fucking basement and shit got fucking termites eating at they fucking neck shirt, at they collars. You know what I mean? They got termites and shit eating at they fucking collar and shit, you know? Down there with Doritos and shit, dried up Dorito crumbs on their chest and shit. Mountain Dew splashes on each sleeve. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit that goes on. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I agree, Cool Breeze. You do have to have some dope developers. But the way them PC niggas talk, you would think that PC is the greatest platform that you could be on when it comes to gaming. And it's bullshit. Because I've seen better looking PS4 games on base PS4 than I have on PC. And here's the funny part, and I've said this before. And I'm gonna get back to Ragnarok because I only got like a couple more topics I want to touch on, right? But when it comes to fucking PC, the only reason why PCs are worth a damn now is because they actually getting PS4 games, right? They been had Xbox games. They been merged that shit. You didn't hear them PC niggas ranting and raving about them Xbox games coming to PC. No, they didn't start really appreciating their PCs that they've been spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on for nothing, for no reason. Y'all was playing shitty ass games that can damn near run on mobile and tablets and iPads and shit, right? All that fucking time, your PC, you spent all that money and it wasn't worth nothing. Now that you get Sony games, now you see the value of your fucking PC. Now you can finally say, well, look, Spider-Man runs at this frame rate and Spider-Man looks like this on PC. Of course it does. Of course it does. It's just PC can never fucking make a great game. Can never, you can't even recruit great developers to the PC platform. And I can tell you why too. Because them PC niggas is fucking cheapskates. That's why I call them the beggar race. Them PC niggas don't want to pay for nothing else. That's why I don't understand how they compartmentalize they shit in their brain, because they'll spend $20,000-$30,000 on their computer, but won't buy a game for $70 or $60. They won't buy a game. They'll rather steal the game. Shit crazy, right? You spend all these thousands of dollars and shit. Some motherfuckers got rigs that cost like fucking down payment on a fucking house. You know, they got RGB lights, strobe lights, disco balls, and all type of shit. Hot wheel racing tracks and shit, all in their rig and shit, lit up. But these motherfuckers too cheap to buy games. You know? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm kind of ranting on this shit, but it is what it is. Back to Ragnarok. Alright, so when it comes to the story, like I said, I'm not going to get no spoilers, but when it comes to the story in Ragnarok, it's definitely a better story than 2018. Now, I know that's my opinion. A lot of people saying that they like the 28 better. I like the certain things that happened in 2018 better, but as far as an overall story, the way the story is being told, Ragnarok's story is leaps and bounds from 2018. Like seriously, it was kind of dry for me when it came to the story in 2018. Like it was so simplistic, you know, the regular old um I'm trying to think of the title to a Pacific story. But anyway, Ragnarok just had a basic, I mean not Ragnarok, but the 2018 God of War just had a basic story, a basic plot. There was really no twist to it or nothing like that. But when it comes to Ragnarok, there's a lot of twists. There's a lot of twists. Now, this is what I noticed because this is my second playthrough, right? For Ragnarok. What I noticed is on my first playthrough, right? The story goes the way it goes, right? Great story told, right? But now on my second playthrough, let me tell you what they did. I can tell you this without revealing too much information. On my second playthrough, the story is different. It's different. And what I mean by that is certain side missions that I played through on my first playthrough had a different outcome. Now that I'm playing certain side missions, I thought it was gonna repeat. I did. I thought the same thing that I did my first playthrough when I was going through the side missions gonna be the same. No, I went back to those side missions, and it was a totally different fucking story from what I got from the first playthrough. Amazing. Amazing. I did not realize there's actually branching storylines that can make you have different outcomes for the ending of the freaking game. I didn't know it was that deep. I did not freaking know. Hopefully that wasn't a spoiler. But yeah, there's more than one ending to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. And I didn't even know that you, let's just say, don't just run through it. Because, I mean, I can't say I ran through the first. I did do a little bit of side missions here and there in my first playthrough. But I mostly went straight for the story, right? And I got my outcome. Now, my second playthrough, I'm enjoying it even more. Even more. Keep in mind, I rate my playthrough when it comes to the story and the gameplay and everything coming together, sound effects and all that, right? I rated it a 9, man, through my first playthrough through the story mode. Now that I'm actually completing like all of the side things, going for every little nick and cranny, trying to find every little secret, discover every little puzzle, everything like that, I give this game a 10. I give this game a freaking 10, man. Like, I feel like 10 isn't high enough. You know what I mean? Like, I think they need to start doing like this. I think they need to change the rating system. Hopefully, they hear this message, because I know how motherfuckers be watching my videos and shit. They act like they don't. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all before, do not pay attention to my subscriber numbers. My subscriber numbers are way more than that. I'm trying to tell you, ever since all that shit happened with my channel, bitch niggas like Supernova hoe ass, you know what I mean? Other fuck boys, you know what I mean? You know, I like to call names. There's a lot of them weird ass niggas. Who was that other little bitch ass nigga? Oh man, what was his name? I can't think of his name. Damn, I can't think of. I think his name was Pennywise or some other shit like that. There was so many niggas that was striking my channel and banning my channel, and I had to keep fucking always having this run in with the fucking YouTube. You know what I mean? So I would always get these fucking emails and shit, getting strikes and shit, because motherfuckers don't like to hear the truth. Like, I don't understand why the truth bothers people so bad. All I ever do is just tell the truth. You know what I mean? If you don't believe it's my truth, look it up. But just like I've learned with a lot of these people on YouTube, when you tell the truth, they don't believe you. Even if they know it's the truth, they still will deny it. You know what I mean? It's the fuck shit. You know what I mean? So with all that being said, my subscribers numbers look the way they do because I'm shadow banned. I'm permanently shadow banned. So my numbers are never going to move too much. They're never going to move too much. But this how I know that my subscribers are being shadow banned and shit, because every time I make a video like this, my videos be reaching the big stages. You know what I mean? Like people that have 1 million fucking subscribers. My videos be recommended side to side with them niggas. You see what I'm saying? So I already know what it is. I know how to exist in the shadow realm. I still know how to network. So don't trip. Don't fucking trip. But I think they need to change the rating system. And what I mean by that is, because sometimes when a great game like Ragnarok comes out, you know what I mean, or Legend of Zelda or Mario, whatever gets a 10 out of 10, right? They need to start putting stars by the shit. You know what I mean? They need to start, or at least put a directional arrow up or down. You know what I mean? So, say like a game got a 10 out of 10, right? Put the star in the upper right, you know what I mean? Or put a star at the lower right, you know what I mean? Because it's almost like saying 10 is a lower 10. If you put the star in the, you know what I'm saying, in the lower left, you know what I mean? That's like a lower 10, you know what I mean? You put the star at the top right, you know what I mean? That's like a higher 10, you know what I mean? Like a higher tier 10. You know what I mean? Because I know the rating system we kind of odd, you know, if you go like 10 through 11. Like, that'd be retarded. You know what I mean? Because then literally you might as well just start rating games by tens, like increments of 10. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I think they need to do. I think they need to start using a different rating system because sometimes 10 isn't just high enough. It's not high enough, you know? So, yeah. Let me say this. Ragnarok is the best game that has came out this year. And I have enjoyed a lot of games. Wild guess. But you know what? Oh man, it still is a toss up for me. It really is, Cool Breeze. It's a toss up for me, dog. Oh, man, is it my game of the year? You would ask me that question. You would ask me that question. Or make that statement, should I say? Um, is God of War my game of the year? See, for me, it's a toss up between God of War, Forbidden West. Uh, what else? What else I really enjoyed this year? I'm trying to think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a toss up between that and Forbidden West because, whoo boy, I know people don't talk about Forbidden West like that, but I was a huge fan of the first one, and Forbidden West just took it to a whole. And that's what I want to say. I want to say this right now. For you motherfuckers out there that don't understand how this shit works, look. Ragnarok, yes, it's a great game. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? It's very addictive. You know what I mean? The replayability of this game is high, right? Check this out though. When it comes to, when it comes to the next level of gaming, which means like this distinguishment between PS4 and PS5, God of War 2018 and Ragnarok really isn't no different when it comes to the visuals, okay? When it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn to Forbidden West, yo, oh my, Forbidden West is mind blowing to me. What they was able to achieve in Forbidden West is mind blowing to me. Like, I don't even understand how all of those things is working in one game. Like, the way Horizon Zero Dawn was, don't get me wrong, the first game was a little boring to me, but it was still a great game to play. It was still a great action adventure game, right? With his RPG elements and shit like that, right? But when I played for Forbidden West, I, it blows my mind just thinking about what Forbidden West has been able to achieve, what Guerrilla Games has been able to achieve. I don't know if you a fan of Forbidden West, Cool Breeze, but this is why I'm having a hard time between Ragnarok and Forbidden West. Because I know there's so many things in Forbidden West that was just so amazing. Oh my God. Like, I ain't even gonna get into that because I can make a whole nother video. Those are the two that I got going head to head for me. Forbidden West and Ragnarok. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just Forbidden West. That's what it was for me, Forbidden West. You know what I mean? So, okay. No doubt, no doubt. So yeah, I can't give you an answer right now. I really can't give you an answer right now, Breeze. I really can't. Because Forbidden West is my shit. That's my shit. Like, I beat that game. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm through my second playthrough of Forbidden West. Doing even more shit. I've discovered even more interesting shit. Um, yeah. Yeah. But if it was judging off a story, Ragnarok would win that. Ragnarok will win that. The world and gameplay, Forbidden West for me. Forbidden West, and I know this is subjective, right? And I know this is get a lot of people up in arms. A lot of people say that Ragnarok looks better than Forbidden West. I totally agree. I totally disagree. I totally disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. You hear that joke? No. Tell me the joke, Cool Breeze. No, I haven't heard the joke about Forbidden West. Tell me the joke. But yeah, um, when it comes to the world and the graphics, I feel like Forbidden West destroys Ragnarok. I mean, it's a different art style. Don't get me wrong. It is a different art style. It's not this. They're not using the same art style, you know. But Ragnarok looks great too. It looks freaking phenomenal. But it's not God tier like Forbidden West. Forbidden West world, the way it looks, the way it sounds, uh, just graphics alone, Forbidden West is it looks too real. It looks too real. You know what I mean? Forbidden West looks too real. And I know that sounds strange, right? How can something look too real? I mean that Forbidden West looks so much like reality to where it don't look like reality. Like it looks better than reality. You see what I'm saying? Like it looks too real. I'm waiting for the joke, Cool Breeze. Okay, so look, before I get out of here, let me wrap it up. Let me wrap it up. I know y'all loving how I'm doing this shit. You know what I mean? Y'all already know, man. It's always live, man. They call it. Yeah. I did hear that. I mean, I didn't hear it the way you put it, but I did hear that parody to it. Yeah, so yeah, I heard that joke. And what's crazy to me is that the uh, the hype for Elden Ring came out of nowhere. Like the hype came out of nowhere. You like, I don't know. It was strange to me because at first I was interested in Elden Ring, but then once I found out it was like a Dark Souls game, it was like a Bloodborne game, I instantly got turned off. I don't like those games. I'm sorry. I've never liked any of those games at all. I don't like none of the Souls games. I don't like Bloodborne. I don't like Elden Ring. I don't like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, none of that shit. I don't like those games. Those games play like PC games, and I don't like the way PC games play. I don't like key binding. When I see the word key binding, I'm turned off. As soon as I go into the settings and I see something that says key binding versus button mapping, if I see button mapping, I'm down. But if I see key binding, I'm out. It's a huge turnoff. That word key binding is such a big turnoff to me. So I was interested in Elden Ring. I really was. But then once I seen how shitty the graphics was, I'm like, oh, these graphics is outdated as fuck. Like, oh, they just looked as soupy as hell. You remember how Digital Foundry used to say shit looks soupy as hell? Hell yeah. Like I used to say, hey, and then they started adapting to my lingo when I was like, yeah, fucking Elden Ring got those gumbo textures, you know what I mean? Then next thing you know, fucking Digital Foundry started talking about gumbo textures. You know, they came up with the soupy textures, you know what I mean? But I followed it up with certain games got that gumbo texture too, you know what I mean? So yeah, they be on that shit. They be watching my shit too, you know what I mean? Y'all niggas, the niggas over there at Digital Foundry need to stop trying to title their shit like my titles, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we done had the discussion before. I already been down that road with Digital Foundry. I don't fuck with them like that. Um, yeah, back to Elden Ring. The hype for Elden Ring just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? It just came out of nowhere. And at first, I was like, yeah, Forbidden West. You know what I mean? Like, that's just looking. Yeah. I agree, Cool Breeze. You know, I agree. Um, I thought Forbidden West was, was gonna be okay. But when Elden Ring came out, the hype was so huge. It was so huge. And the crazy part is there was actual fans of, like the Souls games, so those people were, cheering it on and praising it, but then there was a lot of fanboys at that time. Let the truth, I always tell the truth, you know what I mean? But at that time, there was a lot of Xbox and PC niggas that was hating PlayStation for having launch games, which is the default, which every console that comes out new, next gen console generation should have launch games with it or a game built from the ground up for it. A lot of Xbox PC niggas was mad at Sony. So those fanboys was the ones that also fucking boosted Elden Ring. You know what I mean? They got the biggest mouths, man. The fanboys has the biggest mouths. Their mouths are bigger than any gamer. You know what I'm saying? Or any hardcore gamer. It's the fanboys that got the biggest fucking mouths. And that was the reason why. Right, thank you. Thank you, Cooper. Exactly. Because the hype for Elden Ring, I'm like, where's all this coming from? Like, I know games like Elden Ring, you know what I mean, are very niche, right? They're very niche games. So when the hype seemed like it was the next like Zelda or something, or the next Mario or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Like I was kind of blown away from that, and I knew where it was coming from because I was actually going into Twitter Spaces and talking to certain people, you know what I mean? That's brand loyalties to the Xbox or to their PC, right? So-called PC elitists, right? I was talking with some of them and some of them I was listening to in some of these Twitter spaces, and I'm like, oh, y'all really just have hatred for Sony for bringing out games. Y'all mad because they have games? Like, I never seen so much anger. So they put it all into Elden Ring. And here's the tricky part. You know what I'm talking about. What I'm about to say, Cool Breeze, you know what I'm talking about. Why did them Xbox niggas, and maybe you can tell me because you like Xbox, Cool Breeze, tell me why did y'all Xbox niggas make it seem like Elden Ring was exclusive to Xbox? Why was that happening? Like, was it because y'all didn't have no good game exclusively to champion for Xbox? Like, that shit had me kind of baffled. I'm like, well, some people count it all the time, even though damn well they don't. Exactly. I realized that too. A lot of people copped that game and then they hated the game. They hated Elden Ring. They couldn't even get past the first or second boss. You know what I mean? They literally got the game just off of hype. I 1000% agree with you, Cool Breeze. Yeah, yeah. Like I mean that's simply put, simply put. Because I didn't understand that at all. I'm like, why is I'm listening to these podcasts and all these Xbox niggas is champion fucking Elden Ring like this is exclusive? It's like this is a multi-plat. What the fuck? Like that shit was so mind baffling to me. I was like, what the? I ain't know what to say. But it is what it is over there in the Xbox camp. Look, all in all is this, and this is all I'm gonna say about Ragnarok. Whether you like God of War is a series or not, right? When it comes to games, right? Just a game. I want y'all to think about all the games that came out this year on any platform. What game could you hold next to Ragnarok right now and say it's either on that level or higher? I'll wait. I'll wait. Now I know some of you people say certain things are subjective, but that's bullshit, right? That's bullshit. Because it's all about common sense, right? Like that's like somebody saying, um, do you want the Toyota Celica or do you want the Ferrari, right? The super fast, right? Do you want the Toyota Celica or do you want the fucking super fast? And then somebody comes along and be like, it shouldn't matter because it's subjective. What? What? And Marlon Gaming Nation, stop stealing my shit when I say what like that too, nigga. I know you watching my shit, nigga. Stop stealing my shit. I wasn't tripping about everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of put Banger out there, you know what I mean? So I wanted Banger to do what it's gonna do, but Marlon Gaming Nation, stop stealing my what's like that. You know I'm the only nigga that say what like that. I be here. I be paying attention. Trust me. I be networking. I know why niggas be using my lingo, and I be hearing Marlon Gaming Nation. He be like, what? What? Nigga, you know that's me. Stop it. Stop it. I appreciate the flattery, Marlon Gaming Nation, but you know where you got that shit from. You know what I mean? At least give a nigga a nod. You know what I mean? But back to what I was saying. Whether you like God of War or not, or like Kratos being a mascot or whatever, there is not a game that you can hold next to Ragnarok that came out this year that's on that level or higher, that came out on any platform. That came out on any platform, whether you like it or not. And this is why I give God of War still as a complete package, I give it a low 10 out of 10. And like I told you, this is my new rating system, right? It's the 10 out of 10, but there's a star in the left lower corner of the 10, right? And the only reason why I give it a lower 10 out of 10 is because there are things about Ragnarok that I didn't like. Like the world tree, for instance. You know what I mean? When you have to sit there in the world tree like that and just listen to them fucking talk. But this is what I peeped out. I don't know if y'all peeped this out too with Ragnarok, right? When you in the world tree, right? And you know how sometimes they do all that talking so that the door can manifest, right? The light door can manifest. There's times I went through the door, wherever I'm at, you know, in the world, you know what I'm saying, in Ragnarok. I'll go through that door, and as soon as I go through that door, if they don't talk, that fucking light door manifests instantly. It manifests instantly. So it kind of makes me wonder, what the fuck are they doing there? Because I know this is a loading screen, because 99% of the time that you go to the world tree, they do all this talking back and forth until that fucking light door shows up. But there has been a couple times, especially through my second playthrough, I went to the world tree and that door manifests itself instantly. As soon as I hit the world tree, the light door just pops up. So I'm like, huh? And then I started like playing games with it. I'm like, wait a minute, let me go to one of the bigger biomes in Ragnarok, right? I go to the world tree. If they don't talk, the light door manifests itself real quick. Even in the biggest worlds. Like, I think it's Musselheim or whatever like that. Big ass world, right? The light door come up quick, bam. You know what I mean? But then it could be like Midgard or something like that. You know what I mean? The frozen lake of Midgard is not bigger than the other Midgard in 2018, but once again, so even though there's some games. Right, Right, right. I agree, Cool Breeze. Well said, well said. Yeah, yeah. It's Here's the thing, man. Oh man, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. As a gamer, right? If you consider yourself a gamer, now if you consider yourself a fanboy or a hater, okay, play your position, right? But I'm speaking to gamers, okay? I'm speaking to gamers. Cool Breeze, you included. I'm gonna say this as a gamer, one gamer to another. You don't have to like Ragnarok. You don't have to like Elden Ring. Hell, you don't have to like Mario, Zelda. You don't have to like Gears of War, Halo 4. You don't have to like none of that shit, right? But if those studios put their heart and soul and they sweat and tears into their project and come out with a great game, you have to appreciate what they've done. Keep in mind, these games don't take months to make; they take years to make and to develop. Okay, as a gamer, if you spend your hard-earned money on a quality game, you at least have to give it a nod to say, "Look, y'all didn't try to rip me off. Y'all didn't give me a half-baked game. Y'all didn't fill this game with loot boxes and microtransactions and all type of special mechanics and all this other shit." Like, Ragnarok is a complete game, okay? It's a complete game that is not begging you for money. When you load up the game, there's no pop-up screens that says buy this, buy that, download the season pass, download the next chapter, pay for the DLC, do the Ragnarok just comes on. It shows Santa Monica Studios. It's on the PlayStation Studios, Santa Monica, and then it loads your new game, settings, continue, recap, straight to the game. Straight to the fucking game. And when you push continue, the game loads up. There's nothing, you don't have to purchase nothing with real world money. All currency is earned through gameplay. Old school. The old school shit. The old school shit. I don't understand how, as if you call yourself a gamer, like I said, even if you don't like God of War or Ragnarok or whatever, right? You can't deny that this is a solid game. And it's done very well, man. Come on. Like I said, if you're a fanboy or a fuckboy or a hater, I expect you to still be like, well, it's subjective. Ragnarok is a piece of trash, and it's this, and complain and nitpick about dumb shit, right? But I'm talking about as a gamer, Even if you don't own Ragnarok, if you watch Ragnarok, the whole entire game on YouTube, because God of War is not your cup of tea. You cannot tell me by you looking at it with your own fucking eyes on YouTube, watching somebody play it or watching somebody explaining it to you, you cannot deny that Ragnarok is not a triple A fucking banger, man. You can't take that away from that game, man. Just like I wouldn't take away what Elden Ring does great. I wouldn't take away what Gears of War does great. I wouldn't take away what Legend of Zelda does great. I wouldn't take away none of that shit. So you have to understand that me as a gamer, yeah, there are things that are subjective. But I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, well, God of War is the worst game that came out all year. What? you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh shit, oh damn. Thank you, Cool Breeze. Damn. Look, all right. I don't know where I stopped at. Um, yeah. All right. I start where I was continuing talking. Hey, appreciate that, though, dog. Appreciate that. Um, the reason why that I can't give thanks, dog. Thanks. The reason why I can't give God of War a high 10 out of 10 because, like I said, there was parts that had Atreus and Angrboda together, and it just overstayed its welcome to me. It was just get me off that fucking yak. That's all I kept thinking is get me off that fucking yak. Get me off this fucking yak. I got tired of being on that fucking yak with Angrboda. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. I liked it. Her character. I liked the Angrboda's character and Atreus' character, how they interacted, how they fought together. I liked all that shit. I really did. But it just overstayed its welcome. It was just drawn out way too long. Now, even if they included it, if they would have just shortened it, if they would have just cut it in half, right? Cut the time in half of their time being spent together. At least, and this is what I like about Ragnarok is, and I don't understand why they didn't do that with Angrboda, right? Because they did that with a lot of other people that you allied with, right? That you know what I'm saying, that was your companion, right? Where you can start doing missions with them, right? You can start, doing the main quest or the side adventures with your ally, right? But they didn't make you stick with that character and draw out this long set piece with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with Tyr. You have a little time with Tyr, but you can go back to the main mission, you know what I mean? And come back. You can come back and Tyr still fuck with you, you know what I mean? You and Tyr can go out and do your own shit together, right? With Angrboda, they draw that shit out so long, dog. Oh my god, get me off that fucking yak. Get me off that fucking yak, man. Fuck. I was so glad when that shit was over, man. I'm like, why didn't they just cut that in half and let Angrboda say, hey, come back whenever you want to. I'll be here whenever you want to go on some missions. Whoop-de-whoop. You know what I mean? Like, they could have did that, just like they did with the other characters, like with Freya and Tyr and all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna spoil too much because there's some other characters in this game that I know y'all don't know about. So I'm not gonna spoil that. But I know y'all know about Angrboda and Tyr and Freya. You know what I'm saying? So the time that you spent with Tyr was cool. You can come back to that, right? Freya, same shit. You can do a little shit with her, come back. Angrboda, man, it's like, man, I'm like, if y'all gonna have a Atreus with Angrboda like this, at least have them fucking. You know what I'm saying? At least have them fucking, at least. Like, come on, man. They not kids, they giants. You feel me? They not kids, they giants. So, you know what I'm saying? At least if you gonna have me spend that much time with Angrboda, at least let me hit it. At least let me hit it, man. It ain't nothing but just me and her out here in Ironwood, man. I could have gave her the Ironwood for real out here in this bit. Man, she was already living in Ironwood. I could have gave her the real Ironwood with Atreus, man. Like, yeah, I'm talking my shit right now. I'm talking my shit right now, but I'm for real, man. They had that shit way too drawn out, man. But anyway, Cool Breeze, thank you for stopping through. I see some other people stop through. I know y'all gonna check out the video when it fucking uploads and shit like that. So I just want y'all to know that if y'all, what you think about the kids? Okay, all right. I'm gonna answer both of your questions. All right, so let's go back to Callisto Protocol before I go. Yes, I am copping Callisto Protocol. I'm not big on the horror genre at all. Like, I don't know. I've never been a fan of horror like that. But Callisto Protocol looks very interesting to me. So yeah, I'm definitely copping that for sure. Um, I like what I'm seeing so far. You know what I mean? Uh, the last horror game that I really, really enjoyed was Resident Evil 4. Yeah, that's like I said, I'm not a huge horror fan, but that's the last horror game that I played was Resident Evil 4, and it's great because I heard there's a remake coming out for that shit, so I'm looking forward to that. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of shit about Resident Evil 4 I don't remember. I remember most of it, but there's a lot of shit I don't. So with them remaking it, there's definitely gonna be some new shit in the remake. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna be um, um, an exact replica of the first Resident Evil 4. You know what I mean? I think this remake is gonna have new shit in it, new boards, maybe some new characters. I know it's gonna be new dialogue and everything is upgraded. I cannot wait for that. So that was the last thing that I was interested in. Yeah, Callisto Protocol. It has my attention. It has my attention. Have you been watching all the little Callisto Protocol things? They even have like this audio thing too, which is cool as shit too. I've listened to that. You know what I mean? Put my headphones and listen to that Callisto Protocol chapter. I think it has 3 or 4 chapters. I think it has 3 chapters or something like that. That's very good too. That's done well too. The audio part to Callisto Protocol. I forget what it's called. Spaceships or some shit like that. Like there's a part. I think there's part 2 called Spaceships or something. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. That's just cool. And then the making of horror, like they do in these parts, like the Callisto Protocol, like brutality, humanity. You know what I mean? They're doing shit cool as hell. They got my attention. So yeah, I'm definitely copping that. And back to the other question with Atreus. Were they annoying? Not at all. Not at all. When it came to the actual interaction as far as them speaking to one another. Mimir wasn't annoying. Atreus wasn't annoying to me. Like there was nobody in this game that was annoying to me at all. I felt like it was a perfect balance. You know what I mean? Because there were times where they were talking a little much, but it wasn't annoying. And it seemed like right when it was about to get annoying for me, they would just stop talking for long periods of time. Like there was one part I was on. I was just on my adventure or whatever, right? And you know how Mimir, he be rambling, right? Whether you're on the boat or you're walking or whatever, and he got riddles and stories and shit. Like he's full of stories, right? And he was just going on and on and on. And right when he was about to annoy the crap out of me, because I was thinking in my head, like, will he just shut the fuck up? He didn't talk for at least an hour and a half. He didn't say nothing for at least an hour and a half. And I think it was Kratos that asked Mimir, "Is everything okay?" Like that was like the coolest shit to me ever because in my head I'm thinking like you're talking too much now. All right, you getting. And then he didn't talk for like an hour and a half, and Kratos had to ask him, "Mimir, are you okay? Everything all right?" Like I'm like, yo, the thought process that they put into Ragnarok is amazing. It was amazing how that happened. So, nope, I didn't have no problem with how everybody communicated with each other and how they spoke in the game. Not at all. I loved every moment of it, man. I loved every moment of how everybody spoke to one another. It never was too much, and it wasn't too little either. It was just the right amount. Now the first one, the first God of War 2018, it was too much talking. Mimir talked too fucking much. He was talking way too fucking much. So annoying. So annoying. Yeah, he annoyed the shit out of me in the first one. But this one, not at all. None of them. None of the characters. Even like I said, you go out on adventures. You know what I mean? With certain allies, they talk to you. You know what I mean? You build a relationship. You start finding out more and more about them, more about their personal lives and stuff like that. So you end up growing to liking these characters a lot. That's another thing. I gotta go, but I gotta say this. That's another thing they did well with Ragnarok is when you take certain allies on you through the adventure, whoever you choose, you get to learn about them personally and you end up liking them because you just be thinking Freya is just this crazy witch that's just mad at you and shit. But she has levels to her, you know what I mean? Like Angrboda has level, Tears has levels, the even the little dudes, damn, what are they? They're not trolls. No, you know who I'm talking about. Um, Damn, what do they call them? Not leprechauns. What the fuck? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like Brock and what's his name? Brock and Sinister or some shit. I don't know. Whatever the fuck. Y'all know You know what I'm talking about. You even get to know them well, and just the fact that you get to learn a deeper side to those characters, and not only are you learning different facets of those characters, of your allies, right? Check this out. You fight with them as well, okay? You fight with them as well. Like, when y'all fight together, y'all rank up together. How dope is that? Like, Ragnarok is a complete fucking game. There's not too much they missed. There's not too much they missed in this game. Like, when you're out with Tyr, y'all learn how to fight together, and you will see your XP pop up. You'll see Tyr XP pop up. You see Kratos XP pop up, and if you keep fighting together, y'all learn how to start putting y'all moves together. That's what blows my mind when people say Elden Ring's combat is better than Ragnarok's combat. There's no fucking way, cause it's so deep. The character progression is so deep that once you learn how to fight with a character, y'all start putting your own moves. Keep in mind that your allies that you're with, that you go on a mission with, whether it's Freya, Atreus, whoever, Angrboda, it doesn't matter. When they with you, y'all fight together, and y'all start learning each other's moves. So y'all start counting. So, like, you could be chopping with an axe, and Tira come in and do a certain power to infuse with your axe to go towards the enemy. Like, this shit is crazy. You start doing like WWE moves together and shit, like two super kicks and shit. You know what I mean? Five-star frog splashes and shit off a cliff together and shit. Like, this shit is fucking amazing. This shit is fucking amazing. I'm sorry. If you never played Ragnarok, you need to play it. That's a game you should not miss. As a gamer, Ragnarok is a game you should not miss. Even if you are a Nintendo fanboy, even if you are a fucking Xbox fanboy. I do not include PC niggas, because you PC niggas is on the waiting list. You know that. You know that. I gotta make a video about you PC niggas being on the waiting list, nigga, because that's what it is over in the PC world. It's always the waiting list, right? You know? See, they don't talk about how many of them PC niggas die waiting on those games. Like, literally. Like, there's funerals that's happening while these niggas be waiting on these games from Sony to come out to the PC platform. They don't tell you the down. They just think that they just wait, because everybody think tomorrow is promised to them. You know what I mean? Everybody think that the next breath that they take is guaranteed. No, you can die at any fucking time. At any time. You know what I'm saying? So, all these dudes that be sitting around waiting 3-4 years and shit for a game, see, I don't live on that type of time. If a game comes out December 3rd, I'm getting that game December 3rd. You know what I mean? I'm not waiting for no game. I'm not waiting for a game. I'm getting it day one. Day one. I don't know how you PC niggas do it, but I know some niggas that has died waiting on games. That's crazy. I'm sorry. It's not worth it at all. Talking about, oh, I don't mind waiting 4 or 5 years for the game. And plus, it'll be cheaper, or I don't have to pay that much for it, or oh, I can pirate it soon. Like, that shit is crazy as hell. Anyway, as a gamer, check out Ragnarok, man. Check out Ragnarok. There's a lot of you Xbox diggers out there playing Ragnarok. I hear y'all and I see y'all. Y'all study talking all that bullshit and thinking, saying that the Xbox is great. But you own a PS5 and you playing Ragnarok and you loving every moment of it. Yep, I see you niggas. I see you niggas. On that note, it's your boy ACO7, man. Hey, Cool Breeze, thanks for stopping through, man. Go ahead and hit the like on the way out, you know what I mean? We gonna chop it up again. All you other people that be sneaking in here, thinking that that I don't know that y'all come in here. See, the thing is, I got another little piece over here next to me that lets me know all the motherfuckers that keep tapping in, you know what I mean? Even though it may not be showing up. He's undercover with the real shit. Even though these motherfuckers may not be showing up, I know y'all tapping in. I got my device next to me so I can see everybody that keep tapping in, right? So, yeah. The Xbox niggas, y'all gotta stop that bullshit. Y'all gotta stop that bullshit. I see y'all. I hear y'all. Y'all motherfuckers got PS5s, but y'all on y'all channels making Xbox seem like it's the best brand to bring out Pentiment. Pentiment is a AAA blockbuster exclusive banger for Xbox. But y'all niggas really don't feel like that because I'm hearing y'all niggas in them fucking Twitter spaces talking about how much y'all love Ragnarok. Oh my god, Ragnarok is such a treat. You know who I'm talking about. Ragnarok is such a treat. Yeah, I like Xbox is good, but Ragnarok is good. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, nigga. You probably laughing right now because I'm saying damn word for word for what you said. Ragnarok is such a treat. On that note, man, cool breeze. Holler at you later, homie. It's your boy ACL7, man. You already know what it is, man. It's big time over here, man. Exclusives, exclusives, exclusives. Yeah. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all y'all out there, man. Don't forget, your boy ACL7 will be back on in a couple days. I might be back on tomorrow, but if not, it'll be a couple days. You know what I mean? I got some snow to shovel straight out. On that note, man, we out this piece, man. Peace, 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 peace.